Live, 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 live. Yes. Okay, good morning. Happy April. Oh my goodness, it is April. This year is flying by. Thank you so much for joining me today for another YouTube live English lesson. My goodness, we've been doing this for quite some time now. So glad to see you. Let's see who's here in the chat. Hello, Tammy. Welcome. Mie. Bob is here from Italia. Peter. Elena. Kingabak. Welcome. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate that. I appreciate your time. I hope that you had a nice weekend full of English studying or English immersion. Is that possible? Hey, Fab, welcome. If this is your first time here, feel free to drop a note in the chat, say hello, introduce yourself, let us know where you're from. I am from New York, where it's currently very cold. Excuse me. It feels like the beginning of December, not the beginning of April. This morning was 31 Fahrenheit. Minus one, around -1 or 0 Celsius. Can you believe it? In April. Ooh, chilly. Today I took my dog for a walk, which, by the way, those of you who know my dogs, today is the big boy's birthday. That's right. He turned 3 years old today, and he was not happy on his birthday morning walk. It was too cold. Too cold. Thank you, Peter. That's right. He's 3 years old, and for his birthday today, he's going to get a little bit of chicken with his regular food. Chicken and carrots, his two favorite things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so what did I want to say? Today, that's today's theme, by the way. Today's theme, the name of this lesson, and let me just show you that real quick, is April showers bring May flowers. We'll figure that out in a moment. Thank you, Tammy. Fab. That's right. That's right. My birthday is coming up this week. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 5th birthday. Yeah, that's a tough one to say, right? Hello, Elena. Welcome, welcome. 5th birthday. Yeah, that is. I never thought about that before, but that is a tough pronunciation. 5th birthday. Yes, it's going to be my 5th birthday. Welcome. Naoko, welcome. Thanks for joining today. Glad you could make it. Hello, Jung. Thanks for coming today. Appreciate that. If this is your first time here, welcome. Feel free to drop your message or anything you want to say in the chat. Before we get started with this, which is today's topic for today's English lesson, I'd like to know what you studied over the weekend. What did you learn this weekend? Have you learned anything new? Maybe you picked up some new vocabulary, some new, I don't know, phrasal verbs, idioms, something. I'll show you this. My Japanese teacher came up, a little plug for Sayaka Sensei. My Japanese teacher came up with this called the Smart Study System. There's a couple of different pages there. That's what I was working on, where you write the character and then the different readings, if there are, and then some vocabulary. and then you write sentences using that vocabulary. So that's what I was working on this weekend. If you're interested in studying Japanese, and if you're interested in this, then go to Instagram and you can find her. It's hard to see. Japanese with Sayaka. And she's awesome. So that's her new system, or her new. And there's a couple of different pages. There's a page to practice today's kanji. There's a page to practice. What else? Oh, this is to log your vocabulary, new vocabulary you've learned, and I'm sorry, I made a mistake. This is to write down all the kanji that you've learned each day, and then this page is where you store your new vocabulary words. And it's made of paper, which is interesting for the digital world. Anyway, that's that story. So that's what I did this weekend to study Japanese. How about you? I learned a lot. Excellent. Hold on, let's see. Where'd we go? Kinga, thank you. I finished reading Young Goodman Brown. Nice. New vocabulary. Yes, reading is great. Thank you, Peter, for sharing that. Reading is awesome for building your vocabulary. Solns, thank you. Kinga says he's learned a lot. Make it a day. Let's make it a day. Make it a day. Make my day? Jung, yes, that is kanji. Japanese is my second language. Dima, welcome. Thanks for joining today. Elena, thank you. You study a lot of Japanese too. Awesome. I'm considering starting to learn Latin. Japanese is too hard. Peter, why don't you talk to Elena, because she knows Latin. Mikumi, hi, good morning. Thanks for joining today. Mobina, hi. I finished all phrasal verbs that you taught on YouTube. Excellent. Awesome. Awesome. It's good to have a day or a time that you can set aside, a little bit of time every day for language study. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're sitting there with a pen and a textbook. You came here to learn English. I'll be here for an hour. That's today's English study, if you're a busy working adult like most of you are. So that's okay. That's okay. My friend Jonathan, who's an English teacher also, Jonathan, Learn English with Jonathan, he's a big fan of consistency. Do it every day, a little bit every day, and you're going to make progress. That's how it goes. On a scale, here's a good question from Mika. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is it to learn Japanese? 11. No. The issue, I grew up in an alphabet world. And so Japanese language doesn't use the alphabet, it uses other characters. So when you come from an alphabet world and you go into a world that is based on characters, which is a totally different concept than an alphabet, that's a challenge. That's a challenge. But somebody told me once, and it makes sense, any language that is not your language, that you speak, as your native tongue, is hard. I don't think there's another second language that's more difficult than another. So, all right. What else? Yukumi, hello. Phrasal verbs, I talked about that. Sang you, and I'm trying to watch every video you have on your channel. Thanks. Use it or lose it. That's right. I studied Italian for a couple of years in college. Don't remember any of it. Studying a language can be a fun way to have a mental escape. Tammy, that's right. By the way, there's scientific research that says using and learning another language, a second language, helps prevent Alzheimer's when you get older. So that's another benefit. Are you kidding me? Tammy asks. It all depends on my brain. Sometimes I'm too tired and my brain just can't get into the kanji mode. It happens. You get a little bit burned out in life. So, but it's hard. You know, it's difficult, but it's not impossible. I think I've heard that before. How can we be so smart every day? Keep practicing English. Japanese and English are too far. Yes. Yeah. I don't necessarily think, to be honest, I don't say Japanese is hard to learn. But dealing with the character set is a challenge. I'll put it that way. Chinese is not easy. I think the pronunciation of Chinese is difficult for non-Chinese people. Hossein, how can I download your podcast? A couple of ways. One is you can go to my website, myhappyenglish.com, and you can find it there, or any podcast app that you have in your phone, you can find it. Go to Happy English Podcast. Go to Google, type in Google and type in, Go to Google and type in Happy English Podcast. There you go. You'll find it. Maybe, do you know how to improve the understanding of text in songs? So, Dima, the problem with music, or the issue with music, is that song lyrics are essentially poetry. And poetry uses quite often, or stretches the language. So it uses the vocabulary and the grammar in a non-standard way sometimes. That's what makes it tough. So keep going. Tammy says, I'm skeptical about the so-called ways to prevent dementia. Yep. It's good to be skeptical like that. I have problems using Chinese idioms. Ellen, and many English writers love to use Latin, citing proverbs. Yep, that's right. Carpe diem. How do you know how to improve the understanding of text and songs? Yeah. So, Dima, again, you have to... some songs are hard for native speakers to interpret. So it's not easy. It's not easy to do that. Poetry is the top level of learning language. Yes. Yeah. Poetry and humor. Because both poetry and humor use the language in the kind of the highest level of the language. So you need to, yeah. It also depends on who the songwriter is, and it depends on the song. Some songs by, some songs by the Flesh Tones are easier to understand, are more difficult to understand than songs by the Beatles. It all depends on who's writing the song. What else? Mika says, I once tried Navajo, but I gave up. It was the pronunciation, the way the words are written. Okay. I can understand that. Reading books does help a lot. Reading is important. Reading is really important. Reading has really helped me with Japanese more in the last 6 months than in the last 30 years. Seriously. Reading is important. Read aloud. Yes. That's great for pronunciation practice. You get your book and you read with your voice. Read out loud. Barry Manilow's songs are great for learning English because it is easy to understand his accent. Yep. That's for sure. Alrighty, well, let's thank you for sharing all of that. Um, let's move on, since I'm looking at the clock, to what I want to talk about today. So, April showers bring May flowers. Rohan, welcome. All right, first of all, I'd like to talk about two proverbs. Hello, Jason. I'd like to talk about two proverbs that we have in the spring. The first one goes like this. We say, March comes in like a lamb, but goes out like a lion. March comes in like a lamb, but goes out like a lion. A lamb is a very gentle animal, and a lion is a more aggressive animal. So March starts off very calm, but goes out like a lamb, goes out like a lion. The opposite is true. March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. So what does it mean? It means that in the month of March, right, the month of March itself, if the weather in the beginning of the month of March is very harsh, very cold, very wintry, generally the end of March will be very calm and spring-like. The opposite is true. If the beginning of March is very warm and spring-like, quite often the end of March will be more like winter. That's a proverb that, I don't know, in my grandmother's generation, in previous generations, they often said that. People still say that now, and I think it's true, somewhat. Quite often, if the beginning of March is, the weather is very wintry, the end of March will be more like spring, and the reverse is true. It's an old phrase. This is also called an old wives' tale. Okay, these are old phrases, if you, things that people used to say all the time and they believed that, right? If you, if you're walking down the street and a black cat crosses in front of you, you'll have bad luck. Okay, so it's an old wives' tale. It's an old proverb that people used to say. March comes in like a lamb, but goes out like a lion. If you live here in the USA, you might hear people say that. The other thing that we say here in the USA, and I don't know if they say this in other English-speaking countries, but because of the weather, April showers bring May flowers. Kinga, yeah, it's a kind of a superstition. April showers bring May flowers. Look at the intonation there. April showers bring May flowers. April showers bring May flowers. We don't say it that way. We say April showers bring May flowers. What does that mean? It means that here, at least in the East Coast in the U.S., there's always a lot of rain in April, and you might not like such a rainy time, but after the rain in May, we get a lot of flowers. So we need the rain in April to get the flowers in May. People say that. Again, it's another old superstition, you want to say, or an old wives' tale, or an old proverb, but we say that. So far in April, we haven't had any showers, really. It's just been really cold. It looked like there was a little bit of frost on the grass this morning. That's how cold it was. Saw showers reap flowers. I've never heard of that one before. What does that mean, saw showers? So those are some proverbs that we use, or some sayings that we have in the spring. Now, the meat of today's lesson. We have showers on and off these days. Yeah. probably among all of the people in this group, Tammy lives the closest to me. Tammy's probably around 8 or 10 hours drive north of New York. Sow showers, reap flowers. April dolce dormire. What does that mean? In Brazil, we have March showers. Oh, that's interesting. Bob, what does that mean? Aprile dolce dormire. April sweet dreams. Ah, interesting. How about other months? How about other months? That's a good question. January, no. February, no. March, May, April, May. June, we say, oh, she's a June bride. There's often a June bride. That's because there's a lot of weddings in June. July, August. So I'm thinking September, October, September, October, November, December. I don't think so. April Fools, right, April Fools. April Fools. I forgot about that. I think that's, Bob, I think that's something about August. April Fools. Usually in my house, every year my mom does some kind of a joke on April Fools, on April 1st, which is called April Fool's Day, when you're allowed to prank somebody. But she forgot this year. 93. What can we do? Yeah, sorry, Nicole. I don't know of any others. Any other things that we say about months. Although Roberto has something about August. Which I don't know. I don't know the other vocabulary. So I don't know. All right. Let me take a rain check on that. We have a hailstorm in the month of March while the wheat crop's ready to reap. Interesting. It's a damn shame I can't stay till the end. Yes. Sang-Yoon, thanks for asking. All of these live YouTube lessons become videos on the YouTube channel. So, yeah. Yes. No worries there. Thank you for coming today. I appreciate that. I'm here every Monday at this time. That's right. All right, so today we're gonna move on, and we're gonna talk about some idioms that deal with the theme of rain or bad weather. So take a rain check. Take a rain check. This phrase comes from the grocery store. So if you see a sign in the grocery store, about a sale, some product is cheap, cheese is 50% off, and you go into the grocery store and there's no cheese, all sold out. The store is required by law to give you a coupon that you can get that discount price the next time they have stock in that item. Let me say that again. Let's say hand cream. They say hand cream is 50% off. And then you go into the store and there's a sign that says, oh, sorry, all sold out. The law says that because the store advertised a discount, they have to honor that discount. Okay? They can't say, oh, this week 50% off chicken. And then you go and there's no chicken. Okay? Because that would be false advertising. They have to give you a coupon. The coupon says for a later date in the future, you can have that same discount when we get more chicken in. And so that coupon is called a rain check. And it's a promise for something in the future. And we use that in English conversation like this. We use it to politely refuse an invitation now, but with the hope that it'll come sometime in the future. How should one reply to your first example sentence? It depends if you want to reply yes or no. I thought it came from football. They might use that in football, but I'm sorry to say I have no idea about sports. I'm kind of the wrong person to ask about sports. 50% sales for only 10 chickens. It used to be that way. The supermarket, the grocery store would advertise an amazing sale, 50% off all chickens. But they didn't have any chickens in stock. But the idea of advertising that was just to get you to come into the store and shop there. And then the government said, no, that's not nice. It's not fair. And so that's false advertising. And so that's where the rain check system came. Let me take a rain check and let me put it off. Kind of the same meaning. But the idea of let me take a rain check or can I take a rain check is I really want to do it again. I want to do it soon, but I can't do it now. I can't do it now, but I hope I can do it soon. That's what it means. Here are some examples. Let's look at the examples here. Sorry, I can't go to the movies with you tonight. Can I take a rain check? Right? I want to do it now, but I can't. But hopefully I can do that soon. Hey, thanks for inviting me to dinner, but I have to work late. Can I take a rain check? I really want to do it, but I can't now. Can I do it soon? That's what this means. It's also possible to use it like this. Hey, let's take a rain check on the meeting until next week when everybody can attend. It's kind of a variation of the usage of that. If there's a snowstorm and only half of the people get to your office and you're supposed to have a meeting, you can say, you know what, why don't we take a rain check on that meeting? We'll do it next time. I'm afraid I have to take a rain check as I have got something more important to deal with. Okay. Can it be used in the opposite, like giving a rain check? Yes. So, I can't go out to the movie with you tonight. Sorry, I have to work. Oh, no problem. I'll give you a rain check. I'll give you a rain check. We say that too. Or we'll say, hey, can you give me a rain check? Can you give me a rain check? Sure, I'd love to, but that's a polite way to refuse. But again, take a rain check has the built-in nuance that I can't do it now, but I really want to do it. So please invite me again. But, if somebody asks you to go out to dinner and you don't want to go out with them, you'd say, oh, I'd love to, but I have to go home and watch the ice cubes melt when I take them out of the fridge. So I'd love to, but could also be used as a polite way to refuse an invitation. I think take a rain check has the nuance that I have to refuse your invitation. I have to say no. I have to say no to your invitation, but I don't want to. I really don't want to say no to your invitation. So please invite me again soon. That's the nuance there. Yes. Take a rain check. Have you taken a rain check recently? Have you needed to take a rain check recently? Thanks for the invitation, but sorry I can't. Can you give me a rain check? I'd be grateful. That's kind of how that works. That's right, Dima. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, it's 9 o'clock already? Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, let's move ahead. And let's save something for a rainy day. Save something for a rainy day. It doesn't rain as much. I can't think in English today. Rainy days are fewer than not rainy days. So save something for a rainy day means to save something for a future time when you might need it, or to save something for a special occasion. That's what it means to save something for a rainy day. My brother invited me to watch a soccer game last Sunday, but I would be working that time, so I took a rain check. Good example. Tammy, right, it could be to set something aside for an emergency. I don't want checks, I prefer notes. You prefer music notes. Here are some examples. Every month, Kim saves a little bit of money from her salary for a rainy day. Good idea, Kim. My grandmother used to tell me to save my candy for a rainy day, but I never listened. I should have always listened to Grandma. I have a nice bottle of champagne that I'm saving for a rainy day. That's right. I usually save some water for a rainy day like an earthquake. Oh my God. I might have mentioned this one time before, speaking of earthquakes. The last time I was in Tokyo, about 4 years ago, I stayed at my friend David's house, and when I went to use his restroom, there were several bottles of 2-liter bottles of water next to the toilet, and I said, "What's that for?" And he said, "Oh, that's in case there's an earthquake and the water gets cut. At least we can flush the toilet." And I thought, oh, ay. Did you save this bottle of old wine for a rainy day, did you? Mm-hmm. It's a good practice to make saving for a rainy day, but when it happens, the bank might refuse to withdraw. That's true. Had a couple of problems like that here in America recently. I saved some food to prepare for a sudden lockdown. Stop babbling about champagne. We're in holy month of Ramadan. Shame on you. VGGTGY. Sorry for the offense. Unless you're a student, don't use money too much on playing. Just save it for any day. Good. That's important. Save something for a rainy day. If I could go back and talk to my younger self, if that was possible, as Mie said, I would tell myself, save money, buddy. Save money. That's important. All right. Save something for a rainy day. Next is one that I think many of you know. Saving for an earthquake day. Ay, ay, ay. To be under the weather. Under the weather. We use this mainly, this phrase, I'm under the weather, I feel under the weather. It means that you're feeling sick. You don't feel well. You're a little unwell. But we do also use this to mean that, if the weather is rainy and cloudy, sometimes bad weather makes you feel low. Right? Remember that old song, Rainy Days and Mondays Always Get Me Down? I'll bet Tammy knows that song. If you have several consecutive days of bad weather, rainy, cloudy, dark weather, you could say that you're under the weather. Here are some examples. I'm sorry, I can't come to the meeting today. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Jack's not here because he's been under the weather since Friday. Rainy weather seems to have everyone feeling a little under the weather recently. Save my handkerchief for the next COVID. The Carpenters, that's correct. It never rains in California. That's an old song, but recently they've had really bad weather there. Yep, that's the Carpenters. I hate rainy days. Yeah. Rainy day blues, right? People get the blues. People feel down, emotionally down. That's right. I was very surprised. I keep talking about Japan. I was very surprised when I moved to Japan in the 1990s, and the Carpenters were very popular there. Because it was just, they weren't a one-hit wonder, but they didn't have a long career, let's put it that way. So that was surprising. Rain is useful for agriculture, that's for sure. We need that. We need the rain. You are out of circulation. Who, me? Cheer up, drink some soda, and quit being under the weather. Soda? Even though I'm an American, I don't like Coca-Cola, so I don't drink soda. I feel under the weather whenever I saw a dead... I love rainy days, but feeling under the weather, that's exactly not mine. Yes. Sometimes it's nice when you have a rainy day and you just sit and listen to the rain, watch the rain out the window. You can make any day a good day if you think of it that way. The power of positive thinking. All right. Next. Rain or shine. Some people say, come rain or shine. I've heard that phrase before. Rain or shine. Rain or shine. When air pressure changes a lot, I feel under the weather easily. Yeah, that has an effect on that. My grandmother was like that too. Today, my kid doesn't go to school because he's under the weather. There you go. Walking dogs under the rain. Don't get me started on walking dogs on a rainy day. I don't personally, I don't mind when it rains. It's because we need the rain. But recently, because I have the two dogs, walking the dogs in the rain is a nightmare. Trying to get them to come out of the house on a rainy day is a nightmare. It's rough. I can't handle it. All right, rain or shine. Rain or shine. It's a set phrase, not necessarily an idiom. Shine is the opposite of rain, right? Shine is a verb. I guess rain is a verb too, in this case. but when the sun is shining. So good weather, rain or shine means bad weather or good weather. And it means something will happen no matter what the weather is. Rain or shine, the postal worker delivers mail to our house every day. Grandpa takes his morning walk, rain or shine. Good for you, Grandpa. The promoter said that the concert in Central Park will go on, rain or shine. Way back in the 1960s, the Woodstock Music Festival went on, rain or shine. So some outdoor events happen, rain or shine. Now you could make a longer sentence. You could say, Grandpa takes his morning walk regardless of the weather. But we just say rain or shine. That's how we say that. Rain or shine, we can see you online Monday morning. That's right, every Monday morning. Unlike cat people, dog people have to walk their pets rain or shine, or stones, whatever. That's right. That's right. That's right, that's right, that's right. Rain or shine, my wife will kick me out even if I buy her nice pizza. Come rain or shine, I'll see you sometime next week. Like that. Yes. Exactly like that. Rain or shine. Rain or shine. We have to go to work, rain or shine. That's right. That's right. That's right. Before the pandemic, I went to my office every day, rain or shine. And it was like a 20-minute walk from the train station to my office. But I had to do that. Rain or shine. Rain or shine, we can still learn English online as long as the internet is working. Right. Even though sometimes in the rain, that bothers the signal. Rain or shine, we all have to pay taxes. That's right. By the way, if you do live in the United States, April 15th is the deadline for filing your taxes. Don't miss that. Rain or shine, but. No, we don't need but. Rain or shine, I'll climb that mountain. It's my dream. Dima, I don't recommend climbing mountains in the rain. That's just me, but I guess if you're in the middle of climbing the mountain and it starts to rain, you don't have a choice. All right, rain or shine. Then, if it's not rain or shine, it's a washout. It's a washout. Washout is one word. A washout means something is spoiled by the rain. Something is spoiled by the bad weather. It's a washout. It was a washout. Wash out. Wash out. Notice the intonation of that word. It's a washout, we don't say. It was a washout. The stress comes here. It was a washout. It was a washout. The picnic was a washout because of the rain. We had to eat inside. That's not really a picnic. Rain or shine, we can see our friends on Zoom class. That's right, that's tomorrow. Our plans for a hike this weekend may be a washout if the rain keeps up. Sam's party ended up being a washout. It rained the whole time and nobody wanted to stay. How come Sam didn't prepare to take the party indoors? Ah, Sam, we don't know what you're thinking. It was a washout. The outdoor party was a washout and the guests had to leave much earlier than scheduled. That's right. So something is a washout. Something was a washout. My new Nike sneakers were a washout by that awful acid rain. Actually, Peter, something is a washout. Something is an event. We always use this to talk about an event, not an item. That's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. So some event is a washout. The party was a washout. My vacation was a washout. My trip to the beach was a washout. My football match ended up a washout because of the pouring rain. Right. Some event is a washout. It's a washout. It's a washout. And since this English lesson is available to you electronically, it doesn't matter what the weather. To be a washout, to be out the window, what's the difference? So, an event is a washout because of the rain. Something's out the window means it's not going to happen. And something can, so we could say like, oh, tomorrow's meeting is out the window because the boss has to go on a business trip. So it's out the window, it's canceled. It has nothing to do with the weather. But to be a washout means exactly because it's raining, we can't do that. So if you have a table tennis tournament and it's an outdoor event and it rains, oh, the tournament was a washout. So it was canceled or spoiled because of the rain. But something's out the window means it's not going to happen. And it could be because of the rain, but not necessarily. My plans to go fishing this weekend were out the window because I had to work. My plans to go on a picnic are out the window because I have to work tomorrow. So that's that. I hope that makes sense. My visit to see my dentist becomes a washout due to heavy rain. The sneakers were ruined by stormy weather. That works. Do you like fishing? Yes. I do like fishing, although I haven't been fishing in quite a long time. Your fishing trip could be a washout. Depends on the weather. Okay. What could be next? I hate to rain on your parade. So, a parade. What's a parade? Somebody tell me, what is a parade? What does that word mean? Parade. What's a parade? A line of people. That's right. A line of people doing what? St. Patrick's Parade. That's right. We just had that in New York. My mountain climbing was a washout. Oh, my God. A lot of people walking along and frolicking, I think you mean. So a parade is when people walk down the street. Fab, see you. Thank you. A parade is when many people and musicians walk down the street to celebrate something. That's a parade. And so if it rains on the parade, it's going to spoil that, right? So rain on someone's parade means to spoil their plans or dampen their enthusiasm. Okay? So we usually use this phrase, this idiom, when we have to give somebody bad news. If you have to give somebody bad news, you can do it like this. Sorry to rain on your parade, but. Oh, there's always a typing mistake, isn't there? Sorry to rain on your parade, but the boss said, oops, no, what happened? Sorry about that. I'll get rid of that mistake later. Obviously, I can't do that now. Sorry to rain on your parade, but the boss said we have to work. There we go. On Saturday. So I'm sorry to bring you, dampen means reduce. Reduce somebody's enthusiasm. Somebody's excited about something. Oh, Saturday, I'm going to be going to the beach. Oh, sorry to rain on your parade, but the boss said we have to work on Saturday. So we have to deliver bad news to somebody. We say, oh, sorry to rain on your parade. I hate to, or we could say it like this. I hate to rain on your parade, but it looks like the company president is coming for a visit this afternoon. Probably people don't like it when the company president comes to visit. If they cancel my flight, that's going to totally rain on my parade. Okay? It's going to lower my enthusiasm. It's going to spoil my plans. Sorry to rain on your parade, but the police decided not to give out the permit for this massive gathering. Ay, ay, ay. Sorry to rain on your parade, but you can't take your vacation this year. No, 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 I must take my vacation. Nothing shall stop me. Nothing shall stop me. But this is a conversational way that we use, kind of like this, to deliver bad news. Sorry to rain on your parade, but the boss said we have to work on Saturday. Inglés com Emmer, my first live streaming on this channel. I'm a recent subscriber. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm here every Monday like this since December 2021. My God, that's a long time. By the way, I should mention, if you're interested in this document that we're looking at, go to myhappyenglish.com/YouTube and you can download this document. That's right. It's a free download. Telling her that she fails driving test is raining on her parade. That's right. That's right. Anytime you deliver bad news to somebody, you basically rain on their parade. I hate to rain on your parade. Sorry to rain on your parade. Has anybody rained on your parade recently? I hope not. I hope not. All right, I think we have time for one more. Storm off, or to storm out. We use storm as a verb. And what does it mean? It means to leave a place suddenly and angrily, usually during an argument or a disagreement. Oh my God. After we got into a fight, my sister stormed off and didn't come back for hours. The coach was so angry with the team's performance that he stormed out of the locker room. What a terrible coach. Don't you think? My boss and I had a disagreement, and he stormed out of my office before we could resolve it. What a terrible boss. The doctor hates to rain on my parade when he refuses to tell me the truth. I would change doctors if I had a doctor like that. You expect the doctor to tell you the truth. How about you? Have you stormed off recently or stormed out of the room? Right, you storm off. If you want to mention the place, you can say storm out of. The boss stormed out of my office. Or the boss stormed off. How about you? Have you stormed off recently? You got into an argument with somebody, you stormed out of the room. You just stormed out. I'm leaving. And you left. Maybe that has happened to you. Storm off. All right, I think I have 6 more. I don't think we'll have time. We'll have to do that next time. My kid stormed off when I didn't give him money to buy candy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, well, I hate to rain on your parade, but I think that's all the time we have for today. I don't want to rush through this vocabulary. So, by the way, let me just tell you, hold on one second. All right. If you want to get a copy of this document, go to myhappyenglish.com/YouTube. You put in your name and your email address, and you can download this for free. Really? Yes, that's right. By the way, if you like my English lessons here, when you go to myhappyenglish.com, check out my other lessons. I have self-study English lessons. There's my English learners community. Many of you are in that. I also do one-to-one private lessons. Some of you are in that as well. Thank you for learning English with me. You can find all of this and all of that when you go to myhappyenglish.com. Well, that, my friends, is all the time we have for today's live English lesson. When I was young, I often liked to storm off somewhere, but now I don't give shoot. I don't give a hoot, we say. I don't give a hoot. I don't care. Nice examples. Thank you so much, everyone, for your comments and good example sentences in the chat. I do appreciate that. As I did mention, today is Max's birthday. Happy birthday, Max. Still sleeping. Still sleeping. Anyway, I'll be back here next week, same time, same channel, to bring you more English lessons. I do have more of these rain idioms. We'll finish this next time, and then we'll take a look at other exciting English next week. Hey, thank you. Bow, bow. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for today's live English lesson here on YouTube. I do appreciate it. And thanks for spending the whole time with me. Keep in mind, learning another language is not always easy, but it's not impossible. And you know me, I'm here to help you on your journey. Thank you for learning English with me today. See you next time.